Hey everybody, long time no see. Sorry to keep you all waiting. I know it's been a while since I uploaded the last video on the channel. Work has been absolutely insane though, so I haven't had a lot of time to work on modeling. Now with the Knight of Gold, I've been in the paint stage, and currently I'm stuck in masking hell on it, so it's going very, very slowly, but work is progressing on it. Haven't given up on it. But in the meantime, I just wanted to take a little bit of a detour and talk about some of these kits that I came across called Blokees. Now, I've heard a lot of good things about these kits, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to take a quick look at them. Now, Blokees as a lineup is a range of Chinese kits that have been in production for the last few years. Their main claim to fame is Transformers here, but there are some other product lines that they have, like Evangelion and even Hatsune Miku. So there's a wide range of stuff that they offer, but Transformers is their primary bread and butter. And being a Transformers fan, that kind of attracted me to the line, so I wanted to check them out. Now, they're advertised as needing no paint, no glue, and no cutters. So they seem pretty well designed and well engineered, especially if you're not a really well-seasoned builder. Like if you're just wanting to get into modeling and build something out of the box, this might be a good option for you. Now these action editions here, they are pretty comparable to what I've seen as a Master Grade Gundam kit. As you can see on the side here, they have a full inner frame that you build the armor up around. So they're pretty well detailed, and everything looks pretty well painted too, out of the box. So for the price point, these are about $40 each. They seem pretty well affordable. Aside from Prime, I picked up a Megatron, and Megatron here you can see comes with a laser beak and a Kremzeek figure, so some little fan service items are included. And he even includes a throne that he can sit on, as well as a whole other range of accessories. So this box is a little bit bigger, and even with the bigger box, it's the same price point, $40. And the last one that I got is Soundwave, who comes with all of his cassette bots, well, most of them anyway. And another addition is that each of these action editions have light-up features as well, which is a really cool addition for the price point. Now, there's not too many of these action editions in the lineup. There's only these three and a Transformers 1 Optimus Prime that came out, but there are a separate line called Classic Editions, like these guys that I picked up right here. And these are kind of comparable to like what you'd find in a high-grade Gundam kit, so a little bit simpler. These are $20 each. Got a Transformers 1 Optimus Prime and Megatron here. So looking forward to checking these out. I haven't opened up any of these yet, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what waits inside for us. So let's go ahead and get these guys cracked open and see how the parts look. Alright, first up we're going to be looking at the Action Edition Optimus Prime here. Gonna get the box cracked open. Feels like pretty thick cardboard, and you can see we got runners waiting right inside for us. There's no inner box insert or anything. Now looking at the plastic, you can see everything looks pretty good. The gold parts are actually pre-painted here, so that's a nice little touch. And the silver parts have a very nice sheen to them. And on the red part here, you can see that there's a silkscreen decal, so you don't need to worry about applying stickers or water slides or anything like that. Up next, we have an instruction booklet. And open it up, you can see everything is in full color. Very nice. Let's see what this is here. Okay, looks like this is instructions on how to replace the batteries. And they come in different languages, so very handy to have. Got some clear parts here. Looks like they're for his Energon axe and some other clear parts. And the windows and eyes for the blue. Getting into our big runners here. Can see we have the red parts, and the red actually looks like it's painted on. It doesn't look very plasticky at all. Has a very nice finish to it. This looks like even the basic armor parts are painted out of the box. And the frame on the back. Okay, our next small bag here we have looks like battery parts. So for the light up features, comes with batteries, that's pretty cool. Got a silver sheet here, again, very nice shade. Can't tell if the parts are undergated really, so hopefully the nub placement won't leave any marks when you cut the parts out. But again, a very nice finish. Final big sheets here. Got the blue, that again looks like a very nice shaded paint right out the box. Doesn't look plasticky at all. The frame parts look like they might need some paint, but aside from that, everything is painted right out of the box, so it looks very premium and very, very nice. Now our final 2 small baggies here. Looks like we got some foil stickers and a display base. And our final sheets of yellow and black for some trim and his rifle. So very, very nice. So cool, nothing too complicated, looks like a very fun build. Now, when I was picking these kits up, I was thinking about painting them, but with everything being nicely painted out of the box, looks like nothing but the frame would need painted, so really just some panel lining and clear coat would make this kit good to go. So let's go ahead and pack this up and look at the instructions next. Alright, so circling back to the instructions here, gonna thumb through them and see what everything looks like on the inside. Again, everything's nice in color. Some parts layout, some photos on the side here showing what the kit's like completed. Looks like those foil stickers we were looking at give you some options for more toy accurate decals rather than animation accurate. Looks like the build-up is pretty involved with some good part separation. Very nice. Building up around the frame, putting the armor on. Cool. Oh, going back to look, that Autobot symbol is actually a magnet that you use to turn the lights on. That's really cool. I like that. Okay, putting the matrix in the chest. Looks like some good part separation, especially on that skirt armor. Very nice looking. Okay, on the next page, looks like we got the hands. They're individually posable, not individually jointed, but each one can move, so that's pretty cool. And more for the arms. And building up the legs. Now looking at the parts here, it doesn't look quite as complex as a master grade kit, so kind of more like a larger high grade, but still really good part separation, color separation. It's like a very fun build, nothing too complicated. And then everything's separated left and right, easy to read, that's good. And building up the weapons and the accessories, so some cool little fan service items there, like the jetpack from the cartoon, communicator, cool. And looks like, oh, with the LED light up, there's parts you can put in to actually change the color that light up the chest and the eyes. So some good options there, very nice. And the magnet for the lights actually sticks on the base, very cool. And then showing the frame off to the side here. Some final color photos, nice. All right, looking very good. Let's go ahead and check out the next kit. Alright, up next we got Soundwave. Gonna crack him open here. Got another full color manual. It's about the same as Prime's manual. Fairly easy to follow. Instructions for each of the cassette bots, very, very nice. And let's see what he's got for bags of runners here. Looks like he comes with a slightly larger display base and some frame parts. Looks like his is going to be black. Got some light blue parts here for Rumble. And some yellow parts for the cassette deck portion of him. Some more frame parts. Get into the larger frame pieces here. Got some nice blue and red pre-painted. And some more of that frame color that looks like it's going to be bare plastic. Got some more of that nice blue. And some white on the backside. Looking at the way these parts are painted, the quality looks about as good as what you'd find on a Masterpiece Transformer. So, very nice pre-painted work there. Some purple here, looks like for Ratbat. Some silver parts. And some more of that frame. Looks like his final big sheet here. Last of the frame, and looks like some leg parts here, so looks like he's going to be pretty decently sized. And the last of his blue parts. And a couple small baggies here. Like some random bits in this bag. Looks like some clear for the cassette deck portion of him, and looks like there's a chest piece for Rumble there, it looks like. And it looks like there's even a cassette form laser beak there. Very cool. Set that off to the side. And our last little baggie here is some miscellaneous parts. Looks like some fingers and some yellow parts. We got the light up pieces, batteries, and the magnet, and instructions on how to replace the batteries. So yeah, not too much different from Prime. Now let's go ahead and get them boxed back up, and we will check out the last Action Edition kit. Alright, our last Action Edition here is Megatron, so we're going to crack him open and see what waits inside. It's a bit bigger box than the other kits, so should have a whole host of accessories inside. Alright, so just like the other kits, we got the full color manual. And looking at the frame here, it looks like it's fairly detailed compared to the other kits. Looks like they improved it. There's even a clear piece for the lens on his fusion cannon. Very cool. There's Laserbeak, Kremzeek, and the throne. And looking at the throne there, there's actually accessory storage, so that's very, very clever. And then looks like there's some parts for Laserbeak that you can swap out to, oh, it looks like display him on his arm, just like from Transformers the movie. Very nice. And then he also comes with an arm to have floating poses. So yeah, very, very nice. Looks like a fun kit. Now looking at the parts here, looks like we got a gunmetal frame, so slightly more premium than the other kits. Cool. And some nice black for the exterior armor. And more big parts here. We got the silver parts that have a nice brushed finish to them. It's very premium, very, very nice. Got some clear purple parts for his energy mace. It's like some clear red for the eyes and light up features. Some more gunmetal for the frame. We got the first big section of the throne. This looks very nice, nice and big. And we got another section of the throne here in this bag. Looks like there's lots of mechanical detail there. Throw some black panel lining at it to make that pop very nicely. And looks like we got clear lens piece and some miscellaneous parts. Okay. Got, looks like a laser pistol from the movie as well. Some more black parts. Looks like Kremzeek is molded in clear yellow there. Interesting. So maybe throw some red at him to make those highlights pop out. I don't know if there's going to be stickers inside, but I kind of doubt it. It doesn't look like it on the box. Getting into our red parts here that have that nice painted look to them. And some gray parts for the faces. Looks like there's 3 different faces you can throw back on. And each of them is part separated for the eyes and the mouth. So very, very nice. Some more silver parts here. Some cutouts for the Decepticon logo, for the light up feature, as well as on the torso. And some more black for his cannon. Lots of mechanical detail on there, very nice. And we got our light up pieces, including the magnet. And our final throne section. And the base. So yeah, it looks like a very fun kit. Very nice stuff for the price. Cool, let's go ahead and check out the smaller ones next. Alright, that's it for the Action Editions now. Let's take a look at the classic classes. So we got Megatron and Prime here, and we're just going to take a look at both these guys together. Looks like Megatron is taped shut, so we'll open him up. These look fairly simple compared to the Action Editions, but Still look very nice, so looking forward to seeing how these look inside the box here. Okay, we only got a few runners inside, so they look fairly small. Okay, there's all of our parts, and looks like our instructions, even though they're smaller, they're in full color as well. It looks like they're in a fold-out booklet style, so that's pretty cool. Looks like the frame is simple, but looks like it's still there. If you really wanted to, you could throw the frame together and display it as an inner frame on its own. Looks like they're still nicely detailed, even though they're very small compared to the action editions. Very nice. Fold it back together properly here. There we go. Alright, what do we got for parts here? Looks like we got some silver and clear blue. Silver looks very nice. Got a small display base there. And we got some pre-painted applications on the blaster there. Looks like we also have some on the Energon axe there. Very nice. Some inner frame parts. And some silver that's very nice with plenty of detail on it. And then looking at the blue here, looks like it has kind of a candy coat finish to it to make it look like the movie designs did. Same thing on these blue sections as well as the red. And then on the fingers here, they have some supports in between each finger, so that might be a little off-putting. I don't know if you could really remove those, but they're smaller figures, so makes sense. And yeah, that's it for Prime. Very, very simple, but looks like it's going to be a fun build. So we'll go ahead and take a look at Megatron here. Looks like, again, just a few runners inside, nothing too complicated. Looks like there's some effect parts that might go on the stand. Kind of neat. And we got that full color booklet style instruction manual. Very, very nice. Simple, easy to follow. And then we got battery replacement instructions just like on the bigger kits. Again, a small display base. Got that nice brushed silver, just like on the Transformers 1 Prime and the Action Edition Megatron. Looks like some red and some frame. And some more silver, some clear parts for the light up feature, and the last bit of the frame. So yeah, looks like very simple, easy to follow kits. Should be very fun to throw together and throw some detail on. Alright, so that's a quick look at the Blokees lineup, at least as far as these bigger kits are concerned. Now, if you don't want to delve too much into like these bigger kits, you want something simpler to collect and build, there are a couple other lines that Blokees have for smaller Transformers kits. There are these Galaxy version figures that are even smaller than the classic classes here, and then there's also teeny tiny SD figures called Defenders that are available and feature dozens of different G1 characters. And those figures, I believe, are in blind boxes, so they have a whole range of collectability that you can go after if you want to collect some Transformers figures. In addition to that, there's some Constructicon vehicles, along with a combining set, enabling you to build a Devastator, so there's even more reason to kind of hunt for those Defenders figures that you might want if you want to build a cool Devastator for your collection. So it's a very cool lineup overall. Just looking at these real quick, I'm pretty impressed with the lineup so far. The only thing that I don't like that I can criticize is if you're a painter, kind of like I am, it might be a little hard to throw some paint apps at these, like that decal on Optimus Prime's shoulder. That's silk screened and there's no replacement in the box for that, so it might be a little challenging to paint these up properly. Especially like on Soundwave, there's a ton of paint apps on him that would make it very difficult to paint him. So really just some panel lining and clear coat is all you can throw at these. But if you have like a younger inexperienced modeler that kind of wants to get into building, I think this might be a really good option for them, just because they're very nice looking out of the box and they look very easy to follow. So I think it'd be very fun for someone younger to build these kits up and have them on display in their collection. So yeah, that's the Blokees lineup. I'm going to keep working on the Knight of Gold in the meantime. Might do a review on these once I get them built up, but in the meantime I'm also going to keep editing those Knight of Gold videos and hopefully get some up here soon. So thanks for watching this video. See you guys soon.